Good morning. Welcome to the Shippensburg Community Care for the 2024 Breeding Beef Show. Our judge for the show this morning is Mr. Kyle Livingston. Kyle got his associate's degree at Black Hawk College, the East Campus, where he was on the livestock judging team. Following Black Hawk, he transferred to Western Illinois University, earning a bachelor's degree in agricultural science. He enjoys working with several livestock operations during college and going to shows, doing sale prep, and the day-to-day work. Currently, he works for Plainville Farms as a service technician. He's got a few crossbred sows, and he raises some show pigs, as well as commercial Berks and Angus cattle that he markets directly to consumer with his family. Let's give Kyle a great big round of applause. Welcome here to Shippensburg, Kyle. We'd also like to recognize our sponsors of the show today. Sponsoring our market and our breeding beef show this week are Barrick and Stewart Milk Hauling, Cleveland's Custom Welding, Country View Livestock, the Brenice family, Getty's Family Farm, Helm Sisters Cattle Company, in memory of Joe Webster, Kingsley Blasco Insurance Incorporated, Matt and Holly Adams, Ryan and Andrea Brown, Scott and Carla Dale, Shetron Auction and Equipment, Steve and Diane Helm, Sunday's Mill, Wickard Brothers Feeder Calves, and Wingert Farms Show Cattle. Let's give our sponsors a round of applause as well. Our first class in the ring is our senior showmen. Senior showmen are ages 17 and over. We have Grace Brammer, Sarah Homan, Katie Miller, and Jolie Naylor. Intermediate showmen, please make your way to ringside.
Really competitive first class of senior showmanship out here. I think the top two showmen are really good. In my mind, I think there's very minimum differences between the two. I think the separating factor for me is when the cattle lined up front like that, the young lady that wins the class ultimately gave me more of an opportunity to walk around in front of the cattle, where the young lady in second was a little too tight against the fence. I like to see them, work, be able to skid through, get around, see all the angles. Both young ladies did an excellent job. They're quick to set up, really smooth, really polished, really high-end showmen there. But again, I think the difference that ultimately sorted them for me was just having more of an opportunity to see that front chest view there. Young lady here in third did a really nice job. Very great ring awareness in terms of just knowing where I was and moving and keeping her heifer in position I could see her. Just not quite as quick to get that heifer set up. Just not quite as polished in terms of that. But a really nice job of that young lady. The young lady out here in fourth did a really nice job as well. Just maybe not as quick as getting that calf set up. Just need to kind of work on keeping that head up at times. A few times the head got down a little low. But really nice class of senior showmen. Give these kids a big round of applause.
Senior showman, first place, Katie Miller. Second, Grace Brammer. Third, Jolie Naylor. And fourth, Sarah Homan. We'll keep Katie Miller and Grace Brammer at ringside for selection of our champion and our representative for supreme showmanship. Next in the rings, our intermediate showman class, Olivia Homan, Jordan Naylor, and Savannah Stoner. These exhibitors are aged 14 to 16. That's your class. Next class to ringside, junior showmen, Hannah and Lane Brenize. Please be at ringside.
really competitive intermediate showmanship class out here. For me, the young lady that starts, I think she was just the quickest to get set up. Walking her calf into place, just did a really excellent job. Always keeping that head up. Had a few issues with her heifer. Got spooked down here at one point, but she did a really good job maintaining control and just kind of keeping that heifer composed out here. A young lady in second, I thought did a really nice job of walking that heifer into place. Leaving plenty of room. So if your heifer kind of takes a bad step, you got room to work with to pull her up and get her set up quick. I thought she did a really nice job in that regard. And the young lady here in third, another excellent showman. I think today she maybe just struggled a little bit out here. She certainly can compete with these. It was a very close decision between all three of them. I think ultimately the deciding factor that got her into third. I would like to see her just leave a little bit more space down here. We only have 3 heifers out here. We got plenty of room. Leave plenty of room out here, so if your heifer has an issue, you have room to walk her into place. But really nice class of intermediate showman. Give these kids a big round of applause.
Intermediate showman, first place, Jordan Naylor. Second, Olivia Homan. And third, Savannah Stoner. Next class of the rings are junior showmen, ages 11 to 13, Hannah Breneyes and Lane Breneyes. That's your class. Novice showman, Graham Adams. Please be at ringside. Graham Adams to ringside. We'd like to thank our Shippensburg Fair royalty for being out and helping us here this morning. These ladies were just crowned last night. We have our Shippensburg Fair queen, Abby Bucher. And our sweetheart for this year is Lizzie Yoder. Let's give them a round of applause. Thanks for coming down to Livestock Barn and helping us out this morning, ladies.
another really competitive pair out here. As these showmen continue to get younger, they seem to almost get better and better, and I think this is just an excellent pair out here. Young man that starts the class, just very polished, very poised, just does an excellent job keeping that heifer's head up. Definitely make a great pair out here. Very quick to get the heifer set up. When we pulled the sticks away from him, he is the first one to get her set up. Just very smooth, very polished young showman there. Nothing to take away from the young lady here in second. She did a phenomenal job as well. Heifer just didn't want to cooperate with her quite as much out here today. She certainly held up her end of the bargain, but the heifer just didn't want to cooperate out here. I'm sure on a day that that heifer does a little better job for her, I'm sure she wins that class. But two excellent showmen. Give them a big round of applause.
Junior showmanship, first place Lane Brenize and second place Hannah Brenize. Next class in the ring is our novice showman, ages 8 to 10. One entry from Graham Adams. That's your class. Up next, we'll be driving for our champion of the showmanship competition and selection of our representative to Supreme Showman. We need Katie Miller from the senior division, Jordan Naylor from the intermediate division, Lane Brenize from the junior division. Grace Palmer, please have your heifer on standby for selection of our Supreme representative.
Just a single entry in our novice division out here, and young man's done a really excellent job out here. He's been quick to get his his heifer set up. He keeps that heifer's head up high. Heifer's definitely kind of wanted to push him around out here, but he's held strong and battled back with her. But he's done a really nice job out here. I'd say my advice for him is just keep working at home. Just kind of keep working, trying to get faster and smoother. But an excellent job. Really had a great point for a novice showman. So give this young man a round of applause.
Novice showmanship, first place, Graham Adams. Next up is our champion showmanship drive. We'll bring our winners of each age group back into the ring. From our senior division, Katie Miller. Intermediate division, Jordan Naylor. Junior division, Lane Brenize. And our novice division, Graham Adams.
really competitive champion drive of showmanship out here. All three of these young people did a really phenomenal job, and of course our novice showman wasn't able to finish. I hope he's doing okay, and he did an excellent job and when he was out here. But between these three, I thought it got really competitive, particularly on the top two, the older ladies. They did an excellent job out here. They're quick to get them set up. Did a really nice job. I guess for me, I thought when we switched cattle, I thought one was just a notch quicker, notch smoother at getting their heifer set up. I actually gave her the more difficult heifer in my mind to show, and just to kind of see how they would compare on her. But with that said, I'll go out and pick you a champion showman. We'll drop our second place back in here and pick you a reserve. So.
Your overall champion showman goes to Jordan Nair. Congratulations to all of our exhibitors. All right, we're ready for our first class. First class should be our Angus breed summer yearling heifer. One entry from Lane Bruneyes with Phoebe.
Got a single entry May Angus heifer out here that could certainly take a lot more competition. Just a really smooth, good looking, feminine kind of a female. Love the way her neck ties onto the top of her shoulder. Really good sound footed kind of a heifer. Really like this heifer quite a bit. Just like to power up through her center portion of her body. Just make her a nickel stouter out through her hip, but certainly a really high end Angus female. Give this young man a round of applause.
Angus summer yearling heifer, first place to Lane Bruneyes. Next class in the ring will be our Angus junior yearling heifers. 4 entries in this class: Reese Adams, Justina; Graham Adams, Miss Wicks; Mackenzie Wingert, Lady Leia; and Mackenzie Wingert's Katie. After this class, we'll be selecting our senior champion and grand champion heifer of the Angus breeds. Lane Bruneyes, please have Phoebe at ringside.
challenging class of Angus heifers here to start out, but I think we got a pretty easy place to start with the young man's female up top. Just a fresh, smooth made, best built heifer in the class. Just gives you the best look from the side. Really like the way she ties her neck onto the top of her shoulder. Great extension. By far the best feet and legs on any heifer in the class. Just really good built, angular kind of a female to start. Young lady's heifer that comes next. Certainly the big-footed, stout-featured, powerful, big hip kind of heifer. But I just need to change her front end on her. Just she wants to pull in on her knee, twist her front feet out. I like to relax her in the angle to her blade. Just need to make that heifer better out of the backside of her shoulder. But I thought when she stopped, when she got into motion, I thought she collected her lines good enough. Certainly a big hip, stout-ended kind of a female. Young lady's heifer here in second. Certainly a more moderate brood cow prospect. Just didn't really balance up as good for me on the side. I like to clean her up in her chest, freshen her up in her tail head. Just like to see this one come with just a little bit more stoutness of feature at the ground. But nice female there in third. Young lady's heifer in fourth here. Just kind of gets out horsed in this class, but she's a smooth made, extended kind of a female. She's very fresh out here today. Just need to get more center body dimension into this one. Just like to see this one redesigned from hock to ground, just get a little bit more angularity there. But really nice female there in fourth. Give these kids a big round of applause.
Angus Junior Yearling Heifer, first place Mackenzie Wingert, second Graham Adams, third Mackenzie Wingert, and fourth Reese Adams. We're now ready for selection of our senior champion and grand champion heifer of our Angus show. We need Lane Brenneye's summer yearling heifer Phoebe in the ring, and Mackenzie Wingert's Lady Leia from the junior yearling heifer class in the ring. At ringside, we should have Graham Adams, Miss Wicks.
Got two really nice Angus heifers out here. We're going to go ahead and talk them both individually. It's definitely a two-horse race out here. No need to bring the seconds in. Young man's May heifer here. Just a one that's really smooth built, really feminine kind of a female, super fresh out here today. Maybe one that gives up a little bit of body to the young man's April heifer out here. But I think this one's just notched square and sure from hock to ground. Just really like this one's build and look from the side. Young man's April heifer out here today. It's certainly the brood cow of the pair. Bigger bodied, more center dimension to her. Just not quite as neat on the front end. One just maybe just like to trim her up at her tail head a little bit. I like to see her a little square from hock to ground. But two really high-end Angus females. Young man's May is going to be your champion. Young man's April is going to be your reserve.
Angus senior champion heifer, also grand champion heifer of the Angus will be Lane Brenners with Phoebe. And your reserve will go to Mackenzie Wingert's Katie. Next class in our ring is our Angus best bred and owned. We have 2 entries, Lane Brenners with Phoebe and Mackenzie Myers with Lady Leia. That's your class. Next in the ring will be our Scimitar heifers. Katie Miller, please have your junior yearling heifer at ringside.
Into our bred and owned Angus heifer division, we have our champion Angus heifer come back in here. Really nice female, really smooth built. We've talked this heifer a couple times now. Just a really high quality female. She's going to be your champion. Young Ladies Reserve, just a really nice brood cow, real practical, easy doing kind of a female. One we just like to freshen her up here today, just stouting her up at the ground. But 2 really nice Angus heifers. Give these kids a big round of applause.
In our Angus breed, best bred and owned, first place to Lane Brenners, and second to Mackenzie Wingert. Next class in the ring is Scimitar junior yearling heifer, 1 entry from Katie Miller with Lisa.
Nice single entry in our Scimitar division out here. Certainly a stout, powerful kind of female. It's really impressive when you get in behind her. Round rib, big hip, kind of a female. One we'd like to just kind of relax in her rear ankle. Like to see her get out and go just a notch more comfort. Maybe gets a nickel rounder out of her hip, but a really nice, powerful kind of a female here in our semi division. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Simmental Junior Yearling Heifer, first place, Katie Miller. She'll also stand as our senior champion and grand champion heifer of the Simmentals. Let's give her a round of applause. Great job, Katie. Next class in the ring is our Shorthorn Junior Yearling Heifer, one entry from Jordan Naylor with Ellie. At ringside, we should have our maintainers, beef exhibitors. If you have maintainers, please be at ringside.
All right, got a nice Shorthorn heifer out here, a single entry in our Shorthorn show. One that's just ultra smooth, ultra feminine. One that I'd like to just stouten her up in her feature. I'd like to just make her bolder through a center portion of her body. Just give her more mass and make her a little easier doing. But nice female out here. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Shorthorn Junior Yearling Heifer, also senior champion heifer and grand champion heifer of the Shorthorn Show, goes to Jordan Naylor. Next class in the ring is our maintainers. Maintainers, Summer Yearling Heifer, one entry from Hannah Bruneyes with Stella. At ringside, we should have our maintainer, Junior Yearling Heifers. Junior Yearling Heifer maintainers, please be at ringside.
Stout hip, bold center kind of a female here in our first class of maintainers, or mains. Just a heifer that I like to relax her on either end of her skeleton, just kind of relax her in her spine a little bit. But nice single entry here in our main division.
Maintainer, Summer Yearling Heifer, first place awarded to Hannah Bruneyes. Next class in the ring, Maintainer Junior Yearling Heifer, Hannah Bruneyes, Holly's Bell, and Christine Helm with Lee. Maintainer Senior Yearling Heifer, please be at ringside. Kira Lehman, Senior Yearling Heifer to ringside.
Really nice heifer here to start out really nice heifer here on our main show. Just one that just gives you such a great look from the profile. Big-bodied, stout-hipped, really smooth-made kind of a female. Certainly one I'd like to just give her a shot more bender or hawk. Like to see her just reach out 2 more inches. But just a really high-quality kind of a female out here. Really like this heifer quite a bit. Young lady's heifer coming next. More of the brood cow out here. Really big-footed, stout-featured kind of a female. I do appreciate the extra comfort she has in her hock. Just like to freshen her up in her chest, like to redesign the shape to her head. But just a really nice female out here. It's going to make a nice brood cow for this young lady. I give these kids a big round of applause.
Maintainer Junior Yearling Heifer, first place Christine Helm, and second Hannah Bruneyes. Next class, Maintainer Senior Yearling Heifer, one entry from Kira Lehman with Prada. Next in the ring will be our senior champion heifer and our grand champion heifer drive. We need Hannah Bruneyes Stella, Christine Helms Lee, and Hannah Bruneyes Holly's Bell at ringside for our champion drives.
Nice full heifer out here. One that's really long, really extended kind of a female. Really round rib when you stepped in behind her. Just one I'd like to just make her, piece her together a little smoother. Just like to see this one just come with a shot more muscle when you get behind her. Just stouten her up at the ground a little bit. A really nice single entry female. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Maintainer, senior yearling heifer, first place awarded to Kira Lehman. Next up, we'll bring in our winners of each class, and we'll drive for our senior and grand champion heifer of our maintainer breeds. From the summer yearling heifer, Hannah Brenai Stella. Junior yearling heifer, Christine Helm Lee. And senior yearling heifer, Kira Lehman's Prada.
Really nice maintainer drive out here. I think there's one that surfaces to the top pretty easily for me. Just one that's just three-dimensional from every angle. Really balanced, proportionate type of female. It's really fresh and highly presented out here today. Certainly one I'd like to just redesign the way she gets off and goes off those rear two, but just one that's just so high quality out here. Young lady's heifer is going to be your champion.
Senior champion heifer and grand champion heifer of the maintainers goes to Christine Helm with Lee. We'll bring in Hannah Brenna's Holly's Bell, and we'll select our reserve.
I think we get out here for reserve. I think all three are in consideration here. I think there's one that just bounces up a little bit better from the side. I like her extra feature, I like her extra bone. I like the boldness of rib and shape to her muscle. I think with just one for me, I'd like to relax her in her skeleton. But the young lady's heifer right here in the first class is going to be a reserve.
Reserve champion senior heifer and reserve grand champion heifer of the maintainers goes to Hannah Bruneyes with Stella. Next class in the ring is maintainer. Best bred known. 2 entries from Hannah Bruneyes, one with Holly's Bell and one with Stella.
Got 2 really nice maintainer heifers out here in our Bred Known show, both exhibited by the young lady. Hats off to her for breeding two really nice females. Certainly the reserve champion maintainer out here comes into the Bred Known show, and she's going to win this division as well. Just one that we really like from the side, really balanced, proportionate, really bold and stout when you get in behind her. Just one I like to relax in her skeleton, but a really high-end female. The young man's female here in reserve, just a practical, easy-doing kind of a female. Just one we like to freshen her up here when we get her out here. But certainly another high-quality female. Give these kids a big round of applause.
Best bred known maintainers. First place goes to Hannah Bruneyes with Stella, and second to Hannah Bruneyes Holly's Bell. We're now ready for our other registered breeds. These are purebreds that don't fit into any of the purebred categories we already have, so these lumps them all together, other registered breeds. First class is summer yearling heifers. 1 entry from Jordan Naylor with J-Lo.
Really nice stout featured, big-footed kind of a female here. I really like this heifer from all angles. Just a really high-quality female. Where we're going to get a little bit picky on her is when she goes right away from you. I just like to see her step down, be a little bit more stable in her hock there. but certainly one that's got great angularity, really nice female. Could certainly stand more competition. Go ahead and give this young man a big round of applause.
Unregistered breeds, summer yearling heifer, first place awarded to Jordan Naylor. Next class, unregistered breeds, junior yearling heifers, 3 entries in this class. Kira Layman's Fendi, Katie Miller Legacy, and Mackenzie Wingert Cocoa Bean. That's your class. Up next, we'll be driving for our senior and grand champion heifer of our other registered breeds. So Jordan Naylor's J-Lo, please be at ringside.
really nice class of AOBs out here, and I think the top pair is really close, and depending on where you lay your priorities, I have no problem switching them around. Young Ladies Heifer starts out just one that's so good from a balance standpoint. One that you really like when you get off to the side, big-footed, stout-featured kind of a female. It's got plenty of muscle and rib shape to her. Really neat-fronted kind of a female. One I'd like to just freshen her up in her chest ever so slightly. I like to make her shot bolder in her rib. A good structured, good moving kind of a female out here today. Just maybe not the highest performing type of a female out here, but plenty big enough out here right now. So young lady coming next, certainly got the higher performing female out here, bigger, rounder ribbed, really extended, smooth made kind of a female. Like just stouting this one up in the feature at the ground. May just doesn't quite bounce up quite as good as our class winner out here. With two really high quality females here in our AOB class. Young Ladies White Park here coming out in third. One that's good, very good for their breed. Long-sided, extended kind of a female, really smooth built, good in her angles. Just kind of gets out horsed out here today. But really nice female. Give these kids a big round of applause.
Other registered breeds, junior yearling heifer, first place Mackenzie Wingert, second Katie Miller, and third Kira Lehman. Next in the ring, we'll have our drive for senior and grand champion heifer of the other registered breeds. We need Jordan Naylor's J-Lo from the summer yearling heifers and Mackenzie Wingert's Cocoa Bean from the junior yearling heifers. Katie Miller, please have your junior yearling heifer Legacy at ringside. Next in the ring will be our other registered breeds bull classes. If you have a bull in another registered breed class, please be at ringside.
Got two really nice females out here. I think they both represent their breeds really well. I think there's just one out for me here that's just a notch stouter, more powerful kind of a female. Still gets around the ring really well. Young Ladies, Key's going to be your champion.
Senior and grand champion of the other registered breeds goes to Mackenzie Wingert's Cocoa Bean. We'll bring in Katie Miller's Legacy, and we'll drive for reserve.
We drop our second in here, and certainly one that brings a lot of quality to the drive here. Just one that we talked in that class, just really close pair, really tight between those two. Just like the size, the performance, the extension in this female, a really big round rib type of female. She's going to go ahead and be your reserve.
Reserve Champion Senior and Reserve Grand Champion of the other registered breed heifers goes to Katie Miller's Legacy. Up next, we're ready for our bull classes. We need our other registered breeds, Junior Bull Calf, Katie Miller with Menace. This is our only entry in the Junior Bull division, so she'll also stand as our Junior Champion Bull. Kira Lehman, please have Rolex at ringside. Kira Lehman, bring Rolex to ringside.
Really nice single entry AOB bull calf out here today. One that you really appreciate the extension on this one. Really relaxed, good in his angles. Certainly has a bright future, whether he's kept intact or cut for a steer. Just really nice bull calf out here. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Junior Bull Calf, other registered breeds, first place, Katie Miller with Menace. She'll also be our Junior Champion Bull. Next class, other registered breeds, Junior Yearling Bull. One entry from Kira Lehman with Rolex. It's also a single entry in our senior division.
Another really nice single entry bull out here. One that's really long necked, extended kind of a bull. Really, really good balance bull from the side here. Just want to like to make a shot bolder in his upper rib. But really nice single entry bull. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Junior Yearling Bull of the other registered breeds, first place awarded to Kira Lehman. She'll also stand as our Senior Champion Bull. At this time, we'll bring back Katie Miller's Menace, and we'll keep Kira Lehman's Rolex, and we'll have our drive for Champion Bull of the other registered breeds.
Got two really nice bulls out here in our AOB division. I think both bulls that really represent their breeds well. I think with our calf, I think there's just a lot of projection that goes into this one. I think at this stage of the game he looks really nice, but kind of hard to project him 6 months, a year down the road. When we got a finished product here that again represents their breed really well. Just a really nice kind of bull. Young Ladies White Park's going to be your champion. Young Ladies Sim Solutions going to be your reserve.
Grand Champion Bull of the other registered breeds goes to Kara Lehman's Rolex and reserve to Katie Miller's Menace. Next class is our other registered breeds cow-calf class. We have one entry from Katie Miller.
Single entry in our cow-calf show out here, and Young Ladies' first calf heifer out here. Doing a really nice job raising this bull calf. Certainly one we talked, really high quality, certainly has a bright future to him. As far as the cow goes, just a little skinnier in her condition today, but certainly one that's high quality, good built, good angled, kind of a female. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Other registered breed cow-calf, first place awarded to Katie Miller. She'll also receive our Grand Champion cow-calf award as the only cow-calf entry of the fair. Congratulations, Katie. Next up is our other registered breeds, Best Bred and Owned. We have two entries, Jordan Naylor's J-Lo and Katie Miller's Menace.
Getting to our bred and owned division out here, and two really high quality bred and owned. The young man's heifer that we're going to start out with. Just one that I think, you get less projection in. She's bold, round ribs, stout hipped, real big footed, stout featured. Gives you a good balance look from the side. Maybe just want to clean her up in her neck and nickel. Just like to change the way she plants and drives off that rear hock. But really high quality female there for the young man. And again, the young lady's bull calf, just one that's it's really so good for how young and youthful he is. Just one that we'd like to just see him come back here in a couple months and see what he looks like as he gets out and grows and continues to get on feed and does all the right things. But two really nice high quality calves. Give these young people a big round of applause.
Best bred known from the other registered breeds, first place to Jordan Naylor and second to Katie Miller. We're now ready for our crossbreeds. If you have crossbred breeding cattle, please get them to ringside. First class senior heifer calf. One entry from Sarah Homan with Malachi. This is a single entry in our junior division. Crossbred summer yearling heifer, Katie Miller, please be at ringside. Junior yearling heifers, please make your way to ringside as well.
Got a nice single entry heifer out here. Certainly one that's long, level hipped, long side kind of a female. One I like to just kind of clean her up in her throat latch, like to square and stabilize her hock when she goes right away from me. But a really nice single entry here in our crossbred division. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Crossbred senior heifer calf and junior champion heifer goes to Sarah Homan. Next class, crossbred summer yearling heifer. One entry from Katie Miller with Deja Vu.
Another single entry in our crossbred class out here. One that's really neat looking from the side. One that ties her head so high on the top side of her shoulder, really extended, smooth, feminine kind of a female that's stat out through her hip. Just for me, I'd like to just relax her on both ends of her skeleton, like just to see her get out and go with a little bit more comfort and ease. But certainly a nice female here. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Crossbred summer yearling heifer, first place, Katie Miller. Next class, crossbred junior yearling heifer, 3 entries. Jolie Naylor with Diamond, Savannah Stoner Duncan, Grace Browner Raven.
Another nice class of crossbred females. I think the two on top are really close in my mind. They certainly offer some differences out here. I think there's just a little bit more punch and power and stoutness of feature here in the young lady's black heifer here. One that's really big hips, stout ribbed, really big footed kind of a female. Like to maybe redesign her in a hawk. Maybe like to make her a little bit more feminine, the shape to her head. Just smoother in a nickel at her shoulder. But I just think she just gives you a better balanced look from the side relative to the one behind her. Young lady's red heifer here. It's certainly the smoother made, more feminine kind of a female, more extended up through her head and neck. One that I'd just like to stouten her up at the surface. I'd like to pick her up in her chest floor. Just kind of give her a little bit more balanced look from the side here. But certainly a nice, smooth made kind of a female to land in second. Young lady's heifer in third. Certainly the tall, long-sided, more extended kind of a female in the class. She's just the hardest doing heifer here. Just the straightest and most restricted off both ends of her skeleton. Just like to make her more comfortable as she gets out and goes out here. But a really nice group of heifers. Give these young exhibitors a big round of applause.
Crossbred junior yearling heifer, first place Grace Brewer, second Savannah Stoner, and third Jolie Naylor. Next class, crossbreds, 2-year-old heifer, one entry from Olivia Homan.
Got a nice single entry heifer out here again. One that's really smooth made, one that's really good in her feet and legs. Certainly one I'd like to just stouten up through the center portion of her body. I'd like to see her tie her neck on a little neater on the top side of her shoulder. But just a really nice single entry female. Give this young lady a big round of applause.
Crossbred 2-year-old heifer, first place awarded to Olivia Homan. We're now ready to select our senior champion heifer. We need Grace Brammer back in the ring with Raven and Olivia Homan back in the ring with Star. Savannah Stoner should be at ringside with Duncan.
we go out here for our senior champion female, I think there's just one that's just a notch stouter, bigger footed kind of a female. One that just seems a nickel easier doing to me. Young lady's big heifer is going to be your champion.
Senior champion heifer goes to Grace Brammer with Raven. We'll pull back Savannah Stoner, and we'll drive for reserve. Olivia, you're going to stay in the ring for reserve champion. Sarah Homan, we need you at ringside with Malachite. Sarah Homan to ringside.
Get our red heifer back in here. Drop in as our second place here. I think just one that's really smooth built, really neat looking heifer here from the side. One I'd just like to drop her in the center portion of her body, just kind of get her to bounce up a little bit better. But she's going to go ahead and be your reserve.
Reserve senior champion heifer to the crossbreeds goes to Savannah Stoner with Duncan. Okay, we'll clear the ring, and then we're going to bring back Sarah Homan, who was our junior champion heifer with Malachite, and Grace Brammer, senior champion heifer, Raven. And we'll drive for our grand champion heifer, the crossbreeds. Crossbred bulls, you should be at ringside. Crossbred bulls. In that last drive for senior champion, we missed one of our entries, so we're going to redo our drive for senior champion. We need Katie Miller's Deja Vu, Grace Brammer's Raven, and Olivia Homan's Star. Once again, we're redoing our senior champion drive. Sorry for the miss on our end.
When we come back out here for the senior drive again, I think there's still just one that stands out in terms of body and power and being in the right condition and sound enough in her structure, you know, being extra stout. Young ladies heifers are going to be your champion.
Senior champion heifer for the crossbreds goes to Grace Brammer with Raven. We'll bring back Savannah Stoner with Duncan. We'll drive for reserve.
We drop our right heifer back in here again, and I think one that's just really smooth built, kind of a female. I think of the three, I trust her structure the best out here. You know, she's going to be a reserve.
Reserve champion senior heifer of the crossbreeds goes to Savannah Stoner with Duncan. All right, we'll clear the ring, and then we'll be ready for our grand champion crossbred heifer drive. Junior champion heifer, we need Sarah Homan Malachite, and senior champion heifer, Grace Brammer's Raven. Savannah Stoner, keep Duncan at ringside. Again, we're driving our grand champion crossbred heifer.
Get out here for our champion crossbred female. Again, I think there's just one that just offers more power, more body, more substance to her. Young lady's big heifer is going to be your champion.
Champion crossbred heifer goes to Grace Naylor with Raven. We'll bring in Savannah Stoner with Duncan. We'll drive for reserve.
Drop our red heifer back in here again, and and just one that's really smooth built, good body, kind of a female. She's going to go ahead and be your reserve.
Crossbred Reserve Grand Champion heifer goes to Savannah Stoner. We're now ready for our crossbred bull classes. Crossbred bulls, first class junior yearling bulls, 2 entries from Jolie Naylor, Case and Rango. This will also stand for Senior Champion and Grand Champion Bull of the Crossbreeds.
I got two bulls out here in our show here, and they're going to be a de facto champion in reserve. And I think for me, I think there's one out here that I think's just nickel better built. I think they both offer some structural issues. The young ladies laid a red steer or red bull here. One that I think just gets a little bit outside in his elbow, but I think he's got a better hind leg than the red steer out or the red bull out here. One that I just like to square him up from hock to ground. Just like to relax him in his pasture when he gets out and goes. I think he gets a little rounder out through his hip. But we're going to just go ahead. The extra stoutness, bolder red bull here, light red bull, and the young lady's dark red bull is going to be reserved. Then we get right into the pair show. And I think certainly a really nice pair of bulls. I think bulls that are really similar in type and kind, similar kind of bodied bulls. Both offer a lot of good for their breeds. Go ahead and give these kids a big round of applause.
Junior yearling bull of the Crossbreeds, first place awarded to Jolie Naylor and second place to Jolie Naylor. They'll also stand in that order for our senior champion and grand champion bulls of the Crossbreeds, and first place award for best pair of bulls. We're now ready to get into our champion drives. This is all breeds competing. We need our champion heifers. If you are a grand champion heifer of a breed, you should be at ringside. From the Angus, Lane Brown Eyes with Phoebe. Scimitar, Katie Miller, Lisa. Shorthorn, Jordan Naylor, Ellie. Maintainer, Christine Helms Lee. Other registered breeds, Mackenzie Wingert Cocoa Bean. And our crossbred, Grace Bammer's Raven. All right, we're going to do them again. Let's go, exhibitors. Angus, Lane, Brent Eyes, Phoebe. Lane, Brent Eyes, Phoebe in the ring. Katie Miller, Scimitar, Lisa. Shorthorn, Jordan Narrows, Ellie. Maintainer, Christine Helm, Lee. Other registered breeds, Mackenzie Wingert, Cocoa Bean. And our crossbred, Grace Brammer, Raven. That's your drive. Exhibitors, if you have a reserve grand for your breed group, please be at ringside for selection of reserve grand overall. Also, if you had a champion best bred and owned, you also should be at ringside. Best bred and owned at ringside. Lane Brent Eyes with the Angus, Phoebe. Hannah Brent Eyes, maintainer, Stella. Other registered breeds, Jordan Naylor with J-Lo. Those animals at ringside. While we're having our grand champion drive here, let's take a minute and thank our judge, Mr. Kyle Livingston, all of our sponsors, our ring help, everybody for making this show happen today. Thanks so much for coming out and supporting.
Before we get into our champion drive, I'd like to thank the Shippensburg Fair for having me out here today. It's certainly been a pleasure. Really great cattle we have come through the ring all day, and the kids and the exhibitors here have just done a wonderful job presenting their animals, getting these things shown to a high level. Thank you to the crew that set the show up and had this thing running really smooth. Just really been an excellent experience out here. But when we get into our champion drive here, pick our champion female, I think there's kind of three that work their way to the top for me. I'll talk them all individually, then go pick us a champion. One of the three here is the Angus heifer, just one that's so smooth and elegant in her front end. I think of the trio, I think this is the best structured. Really like the way this one gets out here and moves. Maybe just not quite as much power and dimension when you get on top of this female. It's certainly one that gives you a really, really nice look from the side. The young lady's March maintainer heifer out here, one that's just so balanced and proportionate from any view you see on this heifer. I think laid in really smooth through her shoulder, extra feminine up through her head and neck, really extended kind of a female, and still has just an immense amount of power and dimension when you get on top of her. Certainly one we talked to her in class. I'd like to see her just step a little longer, just like to make her a notch more flexible out of her hock. But one that's actually, I think, gotten a little longer striding as the day's gone on, but still need a changer right there. Young lady's key heifer here, not the highest performing female in the world, but one that I think certainly has a role in the industry. I think one that could really make some really nice club calf, really stout featured, big footed kind of female, really powerful. Smooth enough in her shoulder, maybe not the tightest at the top of her shoulder. Could be just a nickel neater there, but just a really high quality female again. I think for me, there's just one that I think just comes with more versatility when you consider breeding options. One just a little more size, a little bit more power, a little bit more punch to her. I'll go ahead and pick your champion.
Grand champion heifer goes to Christine Helms, maintainer Lee. All right, we're going to congratulate her on her way out. We're going to bring in Hannah Brenna with Holly's Bell, and we'll select a reserve.
When we get out here for reserve, I think it comes down to the two that we talked earlier, the key and the Angus heifer. There's just one out here that's just got so much more power and dimension and foot size and feature. Young lady's AOB is going to be a reserve.
Reserve grand champion is Mackenzie Wingert. Congratulations to all of our heifer and all of our exhibitors. We'll clear the ring and then we'll be ready for our grand champion bred and owned. In our drive for grand champion bred and owned, we'll have maintainer Hannah Brenize with Stella. Lane Brenize's Angus, Phoebe, and Jordan Naylor's other registered breed, J-Lo.
When we go out here for a champion bred and owned female, I think there's kind of two in the contention. The heifers on the ends here, both really smooth made, good structured kind of females. I think one's just a little neater looking from the side, offers more extension, a little fresher in her chest. Just two really high quality females. Hats off to all three of these exhibitors for raising such good cattle. I go out and pick you a grand reserve.
Champion bred and owned goes to Lane Brenize with Phoebe. And reserved to Jordan Naylor's J-Lo. Congratulations to all of our beef exhibitors. Let's put our hands together for everybody one more time. Thanks, Kyle, for coming out today. We'll see you again later this week.